welcome to the Tisch WNET studio here in the heart of New York City. It is our honor to welcome two very special guests. Taylor Barton, who is a singer, songwriter, producer, and author of Pedro N Pip, and also G.E. Smith, who is Emmy Award-winning and Grammy-nominated musician, former SNL band leader, and co-producer of Pedro N Pip. Good to have you both with us. It's an honor and pleasure.
Thank you.
Now, two of you met back in '88?
That's right.
We were on the set of SNL, and I was hired to dance for a Valentine's Day cameo, and GE was playing Stormy Weather, and we were on two different stages and caught a glimpse.
That's it.
Who approached whom?
Me. I went after her.
I just need to know these things.
Yeah.
For folks who may not know about Pedro and Pip, tell folks not only what this is, but why it's so innovative.
Well, Pedro and Pip is a story about a rock and roll octopus and a little girl scuba diver who meet underwater after an oil spill. And the rock and roll octopus has lost all his fans because the oil wiped them out. And he's found in hiding behind a coral reef. And she falls in love with him and promises him that she can clean up the ocean because her dad happens to work for the oil company that caused the spill. So that is the beginning of it, and it is for kids who are interested in any kind of aquatic life or saving the ocean, and for everybody who's interested in fun music. We fashioned the octopus off of Dylan, who GE actually toured with for 4 years.
You told me before we got on the air that this has been in the making for a few years.
How many? Yeah. Taylor worked on this a long time.
25 years to where it evolved to today.
So when Taylor brought it to you, your reaction?
She's always been very creative. But this project, I could see that it was beyond just one song or two songs or one piece of writing. She really had a theme and something big that she wanted to develop. So I was impressed.
When the music score, who'd you bring in to work with you on this?
We have a guy named Robbie Wyckoff, who is the lead singer for Roger Waters' Wall Live.
I worked with Robbie on The Wall with Roger.
Us and them. And he is the voice of Phineas and Ferb as well, so he works for Disney.
Great singer.
We have David Broza, who's a well-known Israeli artist. We have the Persuasions. We have a young girl named Gillette Johnson. Christine Ullman, who's a vocalist for SNL. So we had a really diversified, amazing cast of people. And then a little girl named Ella Moffley, who was my daughter's best friend, who I was looking for a young girl singer, and I thought, where am I going to find this?
Was Ella like 11 when she sang that?
Yeah, and she's singing away in the back seat while we're on the way to a ski trip, and I'm like, oh my God. We have her.
You said that's her.
Yes, that's her.
That is great.
Sign her up.
Yep, sign her up.
So let me ask you the message here, the larger message. How would you describe it?
The larger message is that we are all responsible for our planet, and the kids, being our youngest generation, are the new ambassadors to get the word out that they are totally the leaders to pave the way for a new revolution of eco-friendly living, whether it is with oil or without oil or solar or without solar. They're responsible.
For you, what's the impact you want to have?
To get to the kids, definitely. It's because they're the future, you know? And this is important, the environmental thing.
If I said it's political, would you agree?
It's political in that people have to be accountable. Oil companies are accountable. BP Oil was fined the largest fine by the Clean Water Act. And, you know, there's oil spills every day. Some we hear about, some we don't. But it affects. It doesn't just affect the ocean. BP oil spill affected the entire Mississippi River, seafood, cargoes.
Devastating.
Shipping,
devastating, and the livelihoods of everybody that lived in Louisiana.
Real quick, let folks know how they can get this.
They can get this at iTunes, and the most revolutionary way is iBooks. And
Tell them about iBooks, how that works.
iBooks is a digital experience. And iBooks was the publisher that first brought the music and the text together so that the kid
This is the first book that has this.
who is working on the iPad, which all kids are now in schools, have the experience come to them and everything is right in front of them. They're reading the story, the song comes on, they click the button, they hear the song, they're
They don't
reading
have to
the
go
lyrics.
anywhere else. The song's
That's it.
right there.
Plays right there.
Boom.
Yeah.
Your love of music, and everyone recognizes you and your work for a while
Yeah.
now. When did you know you loved music and that you had a talent for it?
Right from when I was a little kid. I grew up with my grandmother, and when I was a little baby laying on the floor, she would play Nat King Cole and Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington
Growing up where?
in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, you know, and which was a tiny little town then. And I just heard that music, I just loved it. I didn't know why. I just thought, I get it. I love this. This is.
Where'd you perform first in public?
Oh, first, when I was like in 6th grade or something, we played at some little girl's birthday party. That was probably the first gig I ever had, but yeah.
And then you played.
Eventually I played at all the resorts and stuff around there in the Pocono Mountains, you know, honeymoon resorts and all those kind of places, and then just kept working.
You knew you were, on some level, born to do this.
I felt that, yes, I still do, yeah.
It is amazing when people have that talent and they feel it and sense it at a young age, and then it culminates into doing really meaningful work.
I've been
and
very
making a
lucky,
difference.
very lucky. Yeah, I always thought I had more experience than talent. You know, I played thousands and thousands of gigs in bars and any place, just learning all those songs, and I can bring that experience when I
there's
play.
talent too. Real quick, songwriting contest?
Songwriting contest. We have a contest on my website, taylorbarton.com/contest. And any kid that has eco-friendly lyrics is invited to enter, and they just put their name, their age, their school, cut and paste their lyrics in. We announce on Earth Day, which coincidentally is the anniversary of the BP oil spill,
That's right.
who wins, and then GE and I take those lyrics and make a song for them, and we will upload it to YouTube.
Well, Taylor and G, I want to thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you,
on
Steve.
public television. And the book, it is not simply a book, it is much more than
It's
that.
a multimedia experience.
Thank you for clarifying that, Pedro and Pip. We're about to check out some music right after this. Thank you so much. We
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much, Steve.
Great.
I like the birds and I like trees. I don't even mind the stinging of the bees. I like sunsets and I like lagoons. I often try listening to the voices of the moon. I like to swim and I like to
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey. Healing begins here. Berkeley College, TD Bank, Rowan University, New Jersey Resources, Fedway Associates, and by Gary's Wine and Marketplace. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.